one cup, but it's not the measurement one cup, you know what I mean? It's just one of these cups.
The fact that they even held their shape and kind of look like cookies is amazing.
What do you mean kind of look like cookies? Welcome on in. It's chaos baking time. Ben's not even here yet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm all alone. We're making pumpkin white chocolate chip cookies. This is so creepy. Ben, where are you? My stalker is talking to me in the chat, telling me what to bake and watching me, and he's gonna come in my house at any second. I answered the door for a stranger and I got tea.
Hey, guess what I ordered today? I said, could I get a PSL without the pumpkin? They're like, a latte? I'm like, yeah, pumpkin is gross in coffee.
Okay, let me fix the camera.
I'm also late because people kept complimenting me on my sweatshirt.
They like, where'd you get that brand new sweater? Move your hobby. Is that Menchie the cat? Zyler the cat in 9 different emotions, kind of like 9 lives, and it's a grid of emotions of cat. Menchie is winning. Don't let Zyler down.
What are we making today? You don't know.
Wait, I didn't finish this. It was for a short.
What, are we doing shorts now? Or
Yeah,
are we
no.
baking without a recipe?
No. Where can you get this, Ben?
Woman tries to bake without a recipe. Where you can get this on simplynailogical.shop.com.
Well, now it's interrupted.
You can get this at simplynailogical.shop.com.
Ben!
What were we just talking about?
That's so bad. Zyler's
Zyler's gonna win.
Zyler's gonna win.
But where can you get
Zyler's gonna win.
Where can you get this?
At simplynailogical.shop.com.
Today we're doing Woman Tries to Bake Without a Recipe.
Who's the woman? Me? It's gonna be really hard for me to not have a recipe because I don't have a good baseline. Or maybe it'll be easier to not have a recipe because then I don't have to listen to anyone. I never listen to Sally. Sally's always trying to tell me what to do. I don't think so. You and your novella before you get to the good part.
You don't just have to redo the recipe, you have to do the blog post. I was spending my 17th summer in Tuscany at a truffle farm with the pigs. There I met Eduardo, and he taught me this recipe for white chocolate chip pumpkin cookies that were so sensual. It was there I lost my innocence.
What? That's a different kind of novel. They say like, the combination of the cardamom and the moist bread just rises so wonderfully in the oven, and then I served it to my family of 17 people, and they all enjoyed it and raved about it for the next week.
Have you ever read a recipe before?
Is that not it?
That's not it. The cookies were moist as...
Critical. I have to use the knowledge, the limited knowledge I have, and try and remember like how much flour, how much time you have to bake it for, how much you have to mix it or not mix it, how much butter you need. Oh, not the butter. Not the butter! I don't want to touch it!
So I think cookies are an interesting entry point into this concept. Your ratio
For stupid people.
Your ratio of flour, sugar, and butter, those 3 things, that's your cookie pyramid, okay?
It's like ISO, aperture, and shutter speed.
Yeah. So if you want a good cookie, you need those things to be in good balance,
and if you adjust
right?
one, it fucks the other. So that's why if you've like put too much butter and then you realize you need to add more flour, you just keep going up, and then you have cookies for 87 people. This is like a fucking test,
Yeah.
okay? The first thing you do is mix the dry ingredients. Are you gonna tell me if I'm right?
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
that's a smart thing to think of.
This is the part where Ben always yells at me because I'm using the wrong one. Oh, I think these are liquid.
Actually, not remember.
The glass
we did this
ones.
like a week
It's
ago.
the glass ones, right?
This recipe does not call for cat.
I love him though. He wanted to say hi.
This is gonna take forever
No,
if you
it's
don't do something.
because I'm stalling. Flour. Okay, this is one. No, this is too much. This is 1 cup, but it's not the measurement 1 cup. You know what I mean? It's just one of these cups. I'm gonna guess it's 2 cups of flour.
I'm just gonna suggest it's better to start low in case you start just
Okay.
like trying to adjust.
1 cup of flour. 1/2 cup of sugar. Yeah, that sounds right. Brown sugar. Yeah, because they're
What do you
pumpkin.
think the spout is for?
Oh, but they don't all have spouts. Oh yeah, they... It's just a scam. They make you buy twice the amount of these things. You know, 1 for liquid, 1 for whatever. And then it's like, you could just use the same one. You don't need this. It's a baking scam and you fell for it.
So you're doing the dry ingredients first, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is this not dry? No, this is dry. Now I don't know. I'm gonna do half a cup of brown sugar because it's pumpkin season and brown sugar seems like it makes sense. Oh, someone just told me
You can't in the chat stop cheating.
But it's dry! Let her cook. Well, like, it's probably gonna be fine. You won't even notice. Poudre à pâté magique. Baking powder. It's not much of this, right? It's like a quarter or something. Baking powder, baking soda. If you don't put them in your recipe, I hear it won't bake at all. Maybe like an 1/8. I'll just do half of this.
Sure.
Just in case. What else is dry? Other than my sense of humor. Cinnamon! Give me the cinnamon and the nutmeg and cloves.
Here are spices. You can figure out which you want to use.
Okay. How much salt? Just a pinch. And cinnamon. I like cinnamon. We're doing the cinnamon challenge here. I'm putting in a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of everything because it's the spoon I have. Nutmeg, ground from a boy farm. I can't open these packages.
I can't help.
You can help with that. No! Stop! Okay, now open this one. So I'm gonna do half of a 1/4, so it's like an 1/8. I feel like that's fine.
What you doing with a whisk?
Stirring the dry ingredients.
Oh, that's interesting.
What does that mean?
No, I like it.
That is such a
I want to see what
smart ass.
happens.
Just tell me, is there any dry ingredients I'm missing? I feel like you can just tell me yes or no.
Some people might say you put too many things in the dry ingredients.
I think brown sugar has been like wrongly classified, honestly. I feel like it totally jives with the dry ingredients crew, you know? Okay, wet ingredients. Water. No. Eggs are wet. Pumpkin is wet. Butter is solid?
So here's a big question. Not a hint, just something
Just a
to
question.
think
A
about.
conversation piece.
In
Okay.
some cookie recipes, you want the butter room temperature. Sometimes you want it melted as a liquid.
Or no butter. Can you make it with no butter?
You could attempt to make cookies with no butter at all, but usually you'd have some other type of fat in.
A yolk.
Egg yolks give it more of a chewiness.
Well, why can't I can put both in? There's still egg yolk in an egg. So how much butter relative to flour? Like a 1/4, probably. Because you don't want that much butter. This isn't America. Like, fucking calm down. We're not putting 1 cup of butter in 1 cup of flour. That's ridiculous.
It's gonna be hard to mix if these ingredients aren't liquid.
So you're saying this isn't a wet ingredient? Got him!
You get to decide.
Get me a tiny meltable thingy. A jar that won't melt in the microwave.
a bowl?
A bowl.
Oh, you can touch. You
No,
can touch that part.
no.
Why don't you just a
No!
little bit? Could lick it off.
Stop it. I'm a bat, like Sophia.
Yeah, she does. She does that all the time.
Okay, melt this bitch. Other wet ingredients are pumpkins. How much pumpkin though? Relative to butter, it should probably be like equal. Because otherwise you're just eating butter. You need like the food part.
There's probably a lot of water content in pumpkin, since it's just like a vegetable pureed.
So
I
like-
like watery cookies too.
He's trying to help me. So he said not much pumpkin. Okay, so a 1/4 cup.
I think you'll know once you mix the wet and the dry.
Yeah,
if
like
it's too wet,
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's too dry.
I know what dough is, okay? Like I could figure it out if I
What?
need more.
What?
What else is wet? Vanilla extract.
Oh, good call. I didn't put that out, and you know how much we doing here.
That much.
That's an amount.
It's a good amount.
Can you do it?
Ah, no! Allegedly, white sugar is wet, but like doesn't seem it that way to me. You know what I mean? A 1/4 cup. And how about I put half the sugar in the dry and half in the wet, and then it's like the average is fine. That looks fine.
It was like it's glowing.
I put glow in the dark taco in it. So now I fold that into that. Should I have put another egg maybe? This is not folding. Katie!
Do you want to be using the whisk? It might just get stuck inside the whisk, you know?
I just like the whisk. It just, you feel so powerful when you hold a whisk, you know? Ah!
A lot on there. You just lost a lot of ingredients.
Look, it went on the counter. It got whisked away. You're doing great, Simply. Thank you.
You're doing great, sweetie.
I know.
How wet, how
Guys,
dry.
look,
are we?
it looks like dough.
It looks doughy.
Because I did the perfect amount. I'm perfect. Stove sleigh.
You put it in your hands and formed it into a ball. Does it hold its shape?
No. Oats. Was I supposed to use oats?
Optional?
Oh my God, Ben. Just put oats in it. It'll save the day.
We're just adding oats. That's okay, we're adding oats.
Taste the batter? That's illegal. There's eggs in here, right? You can't taste the batter. Is that a trick question? Trying to trick me, they're trying to kill me. Yes, the oven is preheating. Smells like September 1st.
I actually don't know how you ended up with this consistency.
Why,
I'm kinda
it's so
confused.
good? You're confused I'm amazing? Huh, don't be surprised.
It was hard keeping track of what you were doing. I thought you had underdone the wet ingredients by a lot.
Well, guess I'm always right. You remember that. I need a bacon tray.
Do you think you could break an egg?
No.
In with one hand?
Do not, I swear to God, don't. No, not your sweater. No, put it, give me the,
She took my egg.
get me a tray, chef.
But I don't have a recipe.
Well, tray, the recipe is tray. Hershey's white creme chips, since when are they called creme? Am I having a Bernstein Bears moment? Aren't they like white chocolate chips?
They're probably not technically allowed to call it chocolate.
Oh, it's not chocolate, it's just sugar or something. Are they one coat? It's a good question. This is like a nice off-white kind of ivory creme. I like that. I feel like we should do that at some point.
Should do that.
It's always 1 cup of chocolate chips. Oh, 1 cup is 1 bag, basically. I didn't need to use this. Wow, I have a lot. It's gonna be amazing.
It's taking over.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I usually just dump in entire bags when I'm making cookies.
And now we gotta roll them into little balls and put them on parchment paper, not wax paper. Oh, now I have to touch it. Fuck.
You could use a ice cream scoop.
Ben is so fancy, like who has this fucking shit? It's fine. Okay, here. I scoopulaed and then I expunged it. Look, it's perfect.
Record expunged.
It's-
Whoa, are these sizes consistent?
Yeah. What do you mean? Like one can be bigger. I kind of like some variety.
How do you feel about the shape of these that you're putting down?
I like asymmetry, if I'm
Okay.
being honest.
Do you?
Yeah, I love asymmetrical flakies in a polish. I find that there's something just beautiful about it as opposed to just always doing like circle glitter or something with a very defined cut. But I really like asymmetrical flakies, like fallen flake taco, like leaves. No 2 leaves are the same, you know what I mean? Time to put it in the oven? Question mark? Okay, my best guess from the cookies I made in my life is like, put them in for 10 to 12 minutes and then take a look-see. Ben said it sounds reasonable. Okay, so we can relax.
I'm just gonna lie down.
Okay. Help, there's a man on my floor. This is Ben's villain origin story. No, it's not his origin story. It's his ongoing villain story. Are you okay? I hear your back crack. They're cooking. All my pets are on the floor. Floor stream. Today we'll be crying on the floor. They look a little wet if I'm gonna, but maybe that makes sense because it's only been 5 minutes. They look a little like oily, like too much butter. Cleaning time, put your shit away. It's time to clean for the rest of the day. What? Why are you laughing at my cookies? I hear you.
Well, just even the shape you did.
As long as cookies taste good, who gives a fuck if it's a perfect circle? I hand them to you, they magically go back in the cupboard where they came from?
Yep. Fill me up. Oh yeah, give me more. More! Unlimited power! Yes!
No! Be safe on your journey. He's a one-trip boy, okay? We're not-
All my groceries from the car.
They're not done.
They're not done.
They're not done. 4 minutes to save the world.
Baking, it goes, it's not
Yeah,
done, it's not
the
done, it's not
curve.
done, it's not done, it's done?
Yeah.
It's burnt.
Yeah. Oh. I like burnt. It's been 14 minutes. They're kind of fluffy. Stab the cookie! Oh, what happened here? What do I do? Let them cook longer? Put them back for 5 minutes. Back in the oven. Okay. Oh no, I turned the oven off! It's fine. Hey, cameraman. Ah! Walking across my kitchen in a really straight manner. I'm going downstream, everybody. Going down the Whitewater Rapids. I'm climbing Polish Mountain. I'm downhill skiing. The cookies are out for the second time. They smell like, okay, they smell like pumpkin.
Ooh, that doesn't look right.
Okay, whatever. I don't want to reorganize it. They look correct.
Sure.
Award-winning, same. Melt butter in a saucepan.
So they wanted
Okay.
you to melt the butter.
So I melted in the microwave, close enough.
Close enough?
And brown sugar and sugar. So that should have been added to the butter. I added brown sugar. But it doesn't matter where you add it when it all comes together in the end.
Nope. Do not listen to her.
Add egg yolk and vanilla. I knew to add vanilla. 1 cup of butter. I did half a cup. 1 cup of brown sugar. I did a quarter. Half a cup of sugar. I did a quarter. 1 egg yolk. Oh, I put the whole egg in. Extra points. 2.5 cups of flour. Did I only do 1 cup of flour? Oh my God. 1 teaspoon of baking soda. A whole teaspoon? I only put a quarter teaspoon. Are we ready to try my baking without a recipe?
Why didn't you make them circles?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't change the taste. That'll be amazing.
It does. The shape of something affects the taste.
No, it doesn't.
I am kind of amazed these didn't turn out worse.
What? I'm an expert.
The fact that they even held their shape and kind of look like cookies is amazing.
What do you mean kind of look like cookies? These look absolutely amazing. For the 1,530 of you that I promised a cookie to, here you go. Eat up. There's not enough for everyone. Now there's 1,800 of you. Like, you guys can't have one. I can't believe I made this without a recipe. Okay, well, I haven't even tasted it. I've been too proud now. You want to split my my crater?
No, pick one that's not ruined.
I like the ruined.
They look good. They've got almost a spongy texture.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, you're tasting a lot of white chocolate.
I think it tastes fine, but you know what? It's hard for it to taste bad when you're working with ingredients that just like will always taste good. You know what I mean? The problem is that it's spongy. It's kind of like squishy.
Probably just proportions of flour, baking soda, baking powder.
I think it's the baking powder and the baking soda.
It's kind of cakey in
It's
a
a
weird
mystery.
way.
We'll never know.
The
Tastes
baking
good.
powder and soda probably did it. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually like them. So, fuck you guys.
What else should Christine make on Woman Tries Baking Without a Recipe? Next week on Simply Not Logical, Christine eats the entire menu of Taco Bell.
No.
We need a big mouth for the thumbnail.
No. They look like cookies. They taste like cookies. Just a little spongy sponge. But like, honestly, I don't think you could do much better. So, just saying.
Without a recipe, I would have made all sorts of mistakes.
See?
Recipes are important for baking.
Fine.
Well
enough.
done.
Are you gonna finish your cookie?
No.
Ben! I'll see y'all later.